And I think we really have to understand the severity of the situation. What they are doing, actually to me, is very frightening. The breaches of the law, to me as a lawyer, are really frightening. And I don't know why those around him are carrying on trying to protect this, because they better go and get legal advice. Actually, that's my advice to them. Go and get legal advice. Good legal advice. No, maybe their lawyers are busy with the Wall Street Journal somewhere outside, and that's why they couldn't. But really, I think they should get legal advice. But these are just my opinions. But from what I can see, you know, we are also careful. We also have bank accounts. You want to send money overseas, we have to answer 100 questions, correct? But, you know, we're happy to do it because that's the law, and we all do it. Now, we're not talking about a small sum of money. Look at the sum of money we're talking about here. There are so many zeros. I don't even know how many zeros is that, Tony. I've lost count. So for me, actually, we're descending into lawlessness. And that is very worrying, that our lawmakers are not respecting the law. They are ignoring the law, but they are doing it at their own peril, because that's something you cannot get away with for too long. Now, what I would say is this, that I have a lot of hope, let me tell you that. And my hope lies in the people of Malaysia, and all of you, actually, because our sense of outrage shows you that it may look like Malaysia has lost its moral compass, but actually we haven't. The people haven't. The government has. They have completely lost their moral compass. They think they can get away with everything and it doesn't matter. They have stopped acting in the interests of the riot. And I think that is a very dangerous trend that they are taking. Now, a dangerous path that they're taking. Now, we have, Hakam has launched what it calls the Demi Rakyat plan. We proposed a solution because we know what the problem is, right? Time for us to talk about solutions. And we've presented it to the all parties. We've actually sent it to all MPs. This is our suggestion, that the Prime Minister, with immediate effect, take a leave of absence for him to resolve all these outstanding issues. Number two, that we set up, or the parliamentarians set up a national government. Because we are facing a crisis. Now, I know you say unity government, many people don't like that term. Let's call it a national government. It's happened many times before. By the way, recently it happened in Sri Lanka. And this is where the government brings in the opposition, members of the opposition, into government. They work together, they put aside all their political differences, and they work together in the interests of the nation to bring stability back to the country. We have also suggested that within 18 months, this national unity government must hold free and fair elections. And in the 18 months, new election commissioners have to be appointed. And the cleaning up of the electoral process must take place. We have also said that corruption must be top of the agenda. We cannot go on with this level of corruption. I'm sorry, but these people in government have taken corruption to a different level, a level we have never seen before. It's well, no, I won't say never. It may be close, but I think this is a different level. This is still beyond that level, okay? But this has to stop. So corruption is top agenda. The other things we have asked for are to immediately have a moratorium on the GST, because people are suffering. People are suffering out there with the GST. I can see it. And yet you have this kind of money that is moving around, you know, the system poured into the elections, etc., etc. Now, by the way, there's another query here. If so much money was poured into the elections, then what is the legitimacy of those elections? And I think someone asked that question today. I think it's Rafizi. Actually, we saw, remember in Penang, poor Guaning and Betty had to, take drastic measures because there's so much money being thrown in there. It was seen, we could see it. Now you know where it came from. Now, the other thing about 2.6 million coming from a donor is what Tony said. What is the agenda of this donor? Who is it? I don't know if you recall, just before the elections, many civil society, including Bersih and Swaram and so on, were accused of taking money from overseas. Do you remember? Small pittance, And everybody had disclosed, there was full disclosure and so on, and they came out with a front page article. Okay, it's weeping. Okay, never mind. Let's come back to good news, okay? Good news is we can do something about this, and things are changing. So I've given you my suggestions of a national government. I think that is a very good solution for the country. I'm hoping our members of parliament, and this is what I will finally ask you to do, apart from coming, supporting the rallies, I will ask you to please hassle your MPs. Hassle your MPs, because they may not want to call emergency parliament session now, but there will be a parliament session in October. You need to push your MPs to do the right thing when they come to parliament. Thank you.